Israel has attacked Iran. Iranian state media has reported early on Friday that its forces destroyed drones days after Iran launched a retaliatory drone strike on Israel. Now, Iran's Fars news agency reported 3 explosions near an army base in the central city of Isfahan. Several Iranian nuclear sites are located in that province. Iran suspended flights over the cities of Isfahan, Shiraz and Tehran. Israel has warned that it will hit back, and it did hit back after Iran fired hundreds of missiles and drones at Israel over the weekend. Most of them were intercepted. That strike came in the wake of an attack on Iran's consulate in Damascus, widely blamed on Israel. All in all, it does look like war is escalating, or tensions rather are escalating. Kartik Malhotra here with me in the studio. Kartik, hi. There is no confirmation either from Iran or Israel that there was a strike. However, media is now reporting that perhaps Isfahan was struck by Israel this morning.
That's right. So what we know and what we don't know right now, I think let's just bucket that. What we know for a fact is that there are eyewitness reports and reports from Iranian media which suggest that drones were sighted over the central city of Isfahan. Now, Isfahan is a very critical city for the defense of Iran because it is home to multiple squadrons of Iranian Air Force's F-14 Tomcat aircraft, which incidentally are American-made. So, and in light of sanctions, it seems a little strange that Iran continues to fly American-built aircraft. So, that's one part of the story. In addition to that, Isfahan is also home to 3 of the plants of the nuclear reactors in Iran. So it becomes a very significant target for anybody wanting to launch a strike and wanting to hinder operations of military as well as civilian operations of a country. Right. However, what we also know is that there has been no damage. And there hasn't been any damage neither in the city of Isfahan and also in the outskirts where the explosion was heard. Reports are also indicating that parallel simultaneous explosions were also heard in Syria. Syria is the neighboring country right to the west of Iran. So this is the second thing that we know right now. What we don't know is whether these were exactly Israeli retaliatory strikes or not, because Israel has not confirmed, neither has it denied at the moment, but there is no official statement which has come from the state of Israel. US media, on the other hand, is reporting that Israel had informed US state officials that it is going to retaliate in the next 24 to 48 hours, and this happened yesterday sometime, and this is source based, so we haven't been able to confirm this as yet, but apparently as per US media, US was informed of strikes, and these strikes did take place apparently at 4 a.m. Iran time this morning. Iran is about 2 hours behind India, so we are looking at about 6 a.m. India time is when these strikes actually took place.
Okay, so there is a confirmation of strikes. At least we don't know if there was a damage or no damage, because there is no confirmation on either Israeli side. They're not taking credit for retaliatory strikes, as well as Iran officials have so far come on record to suggest that everything is safe. We in fact activated our air defense system, as a result of which that loud thud that was heard in Isfahan and other central areas and Tehran as well. I also want to run our viewers through the build up to this tension.
Sure.
This happened, of course, after Iranian embassy was attacked in Damascus over the weekend. The weekend that went past, we also heard of about 300 strikes consecutively over the course of 3 days that Iran mounted on Israel, most of which was
avoided completely by Israel.
Absolutely, and post which this happens to be a retaliation of retaliation.
Absolutely. I mean, if we were to trace the history back, let's not go all the way back in history, but let's say the last 6 months, October onwards, all of this started when Hamas unprompted went ahead and struck Israel at the stroke of midnight on the 7th of October, if I'm not mistaken, was the date. And thereafter, you saw Israel striking back Hamas targets in Gaza, in Rafah, in multiple parts of what is known as Palestine over the last 6 months or so. In the middle of this conflict, you also had, Iran-backed Hezbollah get involved, and that was also totally unprovoked. So Hezbollah got involved fighting the Hamas battle against Israel. You also had Houthi militants in the Red Sea get activated. And then finally, there was an Israeli strike in Damascus, the capital of Syria, on an Iranian embassy, which killed top Iranian generals as part of that attack. And then Iran said it is going to strike back. It did strike back last week. Israel all hopes were that perhaps, Israel is not going to strike back. There needs to be more peace in the area, and that is what most world leaders out there were trying to push for. That did not happen, if reports early morning today are to be believed, and if this indeed is an Israel attack. Some reports indicating there was a missile strike, some reports indicating there was sighting of drones in the sky. But if the Iranian air defense system did get activated, that means there was some foreign object flying in the air which had to be shot down. And if these are not Israeli drones, then what drones are these? And what eventually did get shot down is the larger question. However, I think we are still, these are early times, we are still awaiting, what kind of confirmations come from either Iran or Israel, and nothing from Israel has come out just as yet.